Hey everyone, I'm going to give you some pointers on assisting. So what we do is look at 5 principles to assisting. 1, grounding. 2, lengthening. 3, stabilizing. 4, de-intensifying. And 5, alignment assists. Okay, of course this covers so many things, but if we look first at the principles, and then we'll go through some examples in postures. And this will help you as a teacher just to get this understanding. What we look at first, let's say Pascimotanasana, a grounding assist. So Amelia's here, just setting up for Pascimotanasana. What we'll look at, if you take your arms up. Now, the grounding is through the top of the thigh bone. So I've got my thumbs there on the crease. So I will root down. Now that's grounding here at the thighs. Inhale, reach up. So she lengthens herself. And exhale, fold forward. So I'll keep a little bit of weight there at the top of the thighs. Hands come down. Inhale again to lengthen. And exhale, she folds forward. So you see, I'm not pushing her deeper. I'm just grounding the top of the thigh bone. And inhale, come up. And release. Yeah, so that's the point. We're not pushing people further. We're just creating the conditions for them to work with it themselves. The second thing is more about lengthening. So if we stand up, a good way to look at this, we'll work with Trikonasana. So in Trikonasana, we lengthen the sides of the body. So as a teacher, you'll see people collapsing at the waist. So once the legs are set up, the lengthening is here. It's from the hip to the armpit. So, and the bending will come from the hip joint. So I'm going to help here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to the side. Now, I can continue there, just drawing it slightly into the hip to lengthen underneath. That's where it gets lost. And then she takes the hand down towards the shin. Okay, so there we have a Trikonasana, nicely lengthened. One more for lengthening is to put your hand on the crown of their head. Now push my hand, Amelia. And she's doing the work. I'm just assisting. I'm not pushing her or making her go too deep. It's to help create the length through the spine. And then she inhales, comes back up. Okay? So that's 2. The next one for stabilizing, balancing, and a really good one, come back this way, half moon pose, a tricky balance. You might find when you assist balances, you make it worse. They fall over. So let's see what a good way to work with this is. Inhale, reach the right arm. Exhale, down to the side. So what we have is half moon pose. Now, if I put my hip to her hip and just hold, this will stabilize. Even better still, add a bit of grounding down. And her hip is against my hip. And what it does is it helps her to turn and lengthen and to activate, reaching out through the foot as well. So by stabilizing the student, they can develop the posture and come down slowly, exhale, and back up. Okay? We'll come back down. We'll look at de-intensifying. A lot of people go too far into the posture too quickly. And of course, we're not trying to encourage going to the maximum. So in downward dog, very common, a lot of people just want to rush the heels down, drop their chest. It's too much. So what do? Let's say you're in fully, really deep, and you're coming over. Oh, this is too much. Soften the knee. Okay, you're releasing the back of the leg, heels slightly up. Simple assist, tap the knee, lift the heel. Next, the chest gets too deep in the shoulders. Okay, this is too much. Just take your fingers under there, under the collarbone and lift. Now it's less intense. So the student can focus now on length. Ground the knuckles. Okay, not too deep here. Soften the knees, lift the heels, de-intensifying. And then you create length. So I can create length. Also, the ribs are too deep. You just lift the side ribs. Another way, so it's not too intense, not too deep. Thanks, Amelia, come down. And there, the first 4. Okay, so one more, we look at the alignment assists. We'll come back up to Warrior 2. This is a common one. So if you've got Warrior 2, you might see students like this. Too much in the front leg, very common in a class. So what do? Simple. Just take hold of the hand, put one hand at the hip, draw them back. It's a simple alignment assist. I'm not pushing her deep, not doing too much else. I'll show you that again. They're too far this way. Just encourage movement from the hip there. That's it. They reach back. Reach through the back arm and then out through both. There's a lengthening assist. Reach up to the hand. That's a lengthening. Okay? And occasionally, one more alignment assist, very common. The knee drops in. So we don't just pull the knee. That's not going to work. You just do this. Lift the inner thigh and turn your thigh back. Watch this. Turn. Yeah. Don't even need to touch. You're just showing them the movement. And that's bringing the knee back into alignment there. Very helpful. Very simple ways. Okay? So that's it. Thank you, Amelia. 5 simple assists. Grounding. Lengthening. Stabilizing. De-intensifying. And then alignment, simple alignment assists. So take a look at those in your class with your students, and we'll go through some more in some other videos. And if you want to learn more, of course, you come back to Samahita Retreat, take our training courses, and in particular, we'll cover these in the advanced training as well, with more, much more content related to this. Okay, so thank you, enjoy.